And we are live. What's good, Josh? Your man DL Saint. Welcome to Downrange Podcast. As you guys know, I am in the process of splitting Downrange, and I really want to know into two separate channels. I have the channel set up for Downrange Podcast. This is going to be on I Really Want to Know, and I'm going to download it, well, correct, upload it to Downrange channel. But I haven't sorted out how to do it live. YouTube has created some new features where they have like their own studio. You can do a live just strictly from YouTube. I use StreamYard. Um, I want to continue to use StreamYard. I have some things I need to figure out. I'm gonna have to do some YouTube research to figure out uh, if I can use StreamYard on two separate YouTube channels. I'm pretty sure I can. Just have to figure it out. And instead of wasting time trying to figure all that out right now because it's late and I got things to do in the morning, I decided to just go ahead and do this real quick video, and then I'll just upload it to both platforms. Actually, StreamYard will upload it automatically to I Really Want to Know, and then I'll transfer it over to Downrange. So, thanks for rocking out with me, y'all. We got 10 subscribers on Downrange already. It's growing. For those who are new to the channel on Downrange, it's gonna look a little screwy. The episode numbers are gonna be out of whack, but that was because of me transferring the information over from one platform to the other. And some episodes from Downrange podcasts have been lost. Either deleted on my hard drive or whatever. They were just lost. A lot of them I deleted myself because for whatever reason, maybe I needed the space for something else or whatever. It is what it is. But we're going to continue to create content and have even more content, and it'll be all political on the Downrange podcast. So thank y'all for coming over here. Thanks for the support. And we're gonna just, watch it grow together, see what we do, man. We're gonna make it do what it do. So let's get into this. Um, so we're in election season, man. It's in full swing. Not even gonna talk about the Democrats because it's Biden and Kamala Harris. I'm not a big fan of either. Um, at this state of the process, it looks like the Dems are going to hold on to the White House. I mean, no one knows until election night, of course, but no other Democrats are running. It's Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and it seems that that's what they want. All right, so let's look at the Republican side. Top three people. We'll start with the top two: Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. Top two. And then number three is a dark horse out of Cincinnati, Ohio, Vivek Ramaswamy, billionaire tech guy, young guy. Is bringing a lot of excitement, and he's doing his thing. He's number three with a bullet. Trump is entrenched number one, and DeSantis is falling off every single day in all the polls. So is DeSantis the loser before the race even gets going? Is DeSantis done? The answer is probably yes. And why am I saying that? Well, Fox Business, Larry Kudlow, had some people on, and they were talking about this. So let's pull it up and let's have a look at what Fox is saying about Ron DeSantis and the state of his campaign at this stage of the game. So let's check it out.
Ron DeSanctimony is getting absolutely demolished for yesterday's performance in New Hampshire. No crowds, no enthusiasm, no interest. His campaign is in total disarray. He's hurting himself very badly for 2028. See, loyalty does matter with patriots. That's tough stuff. Mark Simone, I want to go to you on this. We talked about this at dinner last night. It's tough stuff, but it may be accurate stuff. And in your judgment, with the polls shifting, I mean, Vivek Ramaswamy is now, guys, 10% closing in on DeSantis. DeSantis keeps falling. Is DeSantis going to be out of the race? What's your view? Serious question.
Listen, we like the guy. We got to do an intervention. We got to tell him, you're 44 years old. You're way too early. Wait 10 years when you're in your 50s and do it. He doesn't have the campaign skills. he is talk about failure to launch. He's just sinking, and you're right. Vivek will pass him pretty soon, and I don't think he has to drop out. He's just going to fade out and just wither and die on the vine there.
Kellyanne, what do you think about that?
Look, I've been long on the record that he should have waited to run, not just because of his age, but because he has a really big job that he just got reelected to do as governor of our third largest state, got reelected by 20 points. A lot of pressure from media for him to run. When the mainstream media tells you which Republican can win, run the other way. That's number 8. Number 1, and most importantly, is so many donors convinced Ron DeSantis, you're the guy. You can beat Trump. You can beat Biden. They're lovely people in life. They're successful people, but they've never made a penny of their $1 billion giving political advice. I think DeSantis is ruining himself a little bit for 2028. It is, quote, early. Yes, he has a ton of money, raised $20 million this last quarter. That ain't nothing, Larry. He's got Robert Bigelow, one donor, giving another $20 million just to a super PAC. But if you don't have the skills, if you don't have the connective tissue with the people, and you've got this juggernaut called the former president of the United States as the front runner, who, by the way, is sending the Truth Social post about DeSantis being a disaster on the campaign trail in New Hampshire from Bedminster. Trump is the only one who didn't campaign on July 4th because he figures, I'm the front runner. I don't need to. Maybe part of the same reason he's thinking of not going to the first debate.
Katie Pavlich.
Yo, that's Kellyanne Conway, the heaviest of heavy hitters on the right in the Republican House. You heard what she said. Like it's done. He's done. You know, DeSantis, especially down here in Florida, those people like DeSantis is the guy. He's the guy. Florida has fallen apart under his watch. He's been so preoccupied with this run at the White House that he's completely neglected his duties down here in Florida. He is completely oblivious to the laws that he's enacted, you know, with his, help with the Republican, legislature. He's done these things and he's put himself in it, y'all. I mean, just think about it. Like, he doesn't have any charisma. He's about as charming as a wet blanket, bro. He doesn't connect to people like she was saying. His wife does. People love his wife. She's very charming and very, open, and it makes people comfortable. She knows what she's doing. But he is just coming off like, what is dude's problem? Send him away. Bring his wife back out here. And no one is like wants to be around him. He doesn't, he doesn't bring the fire, bro. He doesn't bring the rain. You know what I'm saying? He don't bring it. Bring the pain. He'll do none of that. This commercial he had going after Donald Trump was just ridiculous. If you guys saw it, oh my God, if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. It's dumb. You know what I mean? Like, the team around him, the donors they're talking about are going away. They're taking the money with them. They had a shot like, oh, let's put some money behind this guy. Maybe he can be the dude. And they're like, it's a waste of money. But these are multi-billionaires. They don't care. It's whatever. Just between the insurance collapse that's coming to Florida, the homeowners insurance especially, but auto insurance is going up as well. They're doing nothing about that, right? DeSantis is doing nothing about that. Florida's not going to make it through this hurricane season. It's going to be a problem. They're going to need some federal help. You look at that. You look at his immigration policy, trying to look tough, and basically ran out all of the skilled workers in the state who were here undocumented. They left and left a huge void down here, a huge void that just can't be readily filled. That's a problem. You look at what the whole Disney debacle, billions of dollars out the window, billions out the window. Orlando's not going to soon forget that. The woman's right to choose thing, right? With that new law down here in Florida, the concealed carry law, the new concealed carry that law enforcement doesn't like down here in Florida. And then the latest thing is Ron DeSantis has done away with forever alimony, which is a good thing. Forever alimony was crazy. You just get alimony for as long as you live forever. That didn't make any sense. But the way he got rid of it, he made a lot of Republican women mad. A lot of, big backers, big money, very influential Republican leaders, females, either going independent or Democrat. Ron DeSantis is doing everything he can to single-handedly hand this state over to the Democrats going into this 2024 election. That's Ron DeSantis. So, is it over for him? Yeah. It's just a matter of time, bro. It ain't if, it's when. Right? So you look at Trump, top of the ticket. Trump, comfortable lead. Trump's going to jail. There's no way he gets out of this thing with the documents. He's going to jail. And yeah, anyone who follows me, y'all know I'm not a Trump guy. Nowhere near a Trump guy. I get zero respect for Trump. But I'm not saying that like, yay, I'm happy. In fact, it's horrific. We're going to have to lock up a president. But don't take my word for it. Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit. Myron Gaines is a big-time Trump supporter. He has a separate YouTube channel, which is called Fed Reacts. You see, Myron Gaines used to work in federal law enforcement. He was on the border. He was going after bad guys. He was going after human traffickers and drug traffickers and gun runners and all the rest of it. That's what he did. He was really good at what he did. Right? He worked with Homeland Security, HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, I think is what it stands for. On his show, Fed Reacts, he breaks down criminal cases, normally with rappers and stuff like that, but he breaks down these cases because that's what he did. He goes in and he reads affidavits and he talks about case law. He talks about how investigators get down and do their thing, because that's what he did. He put people in jail, right? He broke down the Trump indictment for the documents. And again, hardcore Trump guy. And he was just reading it, and his words, like, it's over for him. He's going to jail for a long time. There's no way, because we're talking about a guy who's a huge Trump supporter, but he's also law enforcement. He's an investigator. He's put people away for the very crime that Trump is charged with right now. He's under indictment for right now. And he was like, bro, it's going to be a lot of time per count. He did a real good job. I'll pin that in the description below so you guys could watch that episode when he broke down the Trump indictment. This is a Trump guy breaking down the Trump indictment and telling you what the law is. Trump is going to jail. Number one is gone. Number two, gone. So that leaves number three, Ramaswamy, out of Cincinnati, Ohio, this young dude. I did on this platform. It's going to be on Downrange as well, but currently it's on I Really Want to Know. We broke down Ramaswamy's interview by the Breakfast Club, where Ramaswamy just destroyed him. Just destroyed Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy, and who they brought some woman on, former Air Force woman. He was talking all this nonsense. He absolutely dismantled that show. And he came out of there looking like a G. He came out of that looking big. You know what I mean? It's like, what was the Breakfast Club thinking? So that's the guy. Right now, that's the guy who's going to be number one. He's pulling away from the rest of the pack. The top two guys are going to be gone. He's going to wind up at the top of the ticket, more likely going into, the primary season. He's young, very energetic, smart. He's a billionaire, has a very pretty family. He has the look. He's a person of color, and they're going to get into him in a second. I just wanted to throw that out there right now. But like they're going to say on this interview, he's not going to be president. You know what I mean? Vivek Ramaswamy is not going to be president. But let's continue.
I'm going to ask you how you see it, but I want to note the rise of Vivek Ramaswamy, who is not going to be president. Okay, I'm just going to say that. He's a great kid, smart, but he's running an issues campaign. Yeah. He's running an ideas-oriented campaign. Right. And I think people appreciate that. It's the exact opposite of DeSantis, which Kellyanne was the one who said to me, the trouble with donors is they give money first first, and then they talk to the candidate. To talk to the candidate first. You've had the story wired pretty damn well. But you see what I'm saying? I'm going to go to Trump on the issues in a second. But isn't that DeSantis' downfall? He's been running this. I know he declared a month ago, but he's been running for over a year, and he still has no issues.
Well, you'll notice that Vivek's strategy has been not to go after President Trump on anything, and therefore Trump has not gone after him. So he's avoided that firestorm.
Trump likes him.
And he is running an ideas campaign talking about what America is, and people like what he has to say. But with the DeSantis versus Trump situation, Trump has done this before. He's been to New Hampshire. He's been to Georgia. He's been to Arizona. He's been on the campaign trail. There's unfinished business there. And DeSantis had to start over. And even though the policies implemented in Florida as governor could absolutely be beneficial to the country, especially when you're running against Joe Biden, he has to start over and sell himself as a national candidate when he really is still at the state level. And so President Trump has the benefit of doing this again and having all that groundwork already ready to go and the infrastructure in place to have a different strategy, of course, in places like Pennsylvania and Michigan, Wisconsin, versus 2020. But he's been there before, and DeSantis is starting over.
I want to play one of the clips. I want to play a bit from the CNN town hall.
This is such a crazy thing, right? I'm sitting here listening to what they're talking about. They're talking about Trump. Trump's going to get locked up. He's still going to be on the books for the election. Let's say that Ramaswamy is his VP. And let's say that Trump wins the election, which I don't see how, and I'll get into that in a minute. Just looking at the Electoral College, I don't know how he gets there, but who am I? I don't know nothing. I'm just the old man sitting in his attic talking to his computer, right? What do I know? But let's say that Ramaswamy's a VP, Trump's the president, Trump's locked up, he gets elected, he wins the election. Right, so you got the president of the United States locked up for a crime he committed and was found guilty of. You got a VP standing by. Trump can't execute his duties as president of the United States, so it falls to the VP. So Ramaswamy winds up president. And maybe they have the understanding, and Ramaswamy is gonna, okay, I'm president now. I'm gonna pardon Trump so he can get out and he can become president. Nah, only in the movies, y'all. That ain't gonna happen in real life. And Ramaswamy is way too smart to give up that power. He'll leave Trump locked up. Some real Machiavellian stuff right here, like the prince for real. But I mean, and that's just a crazy idea. I just don't see Trump winning a national election. I mean, how's he gonna get there? Right? Does Trump take the blue wall again? Does he? No. He didn't win Pennsylvania last time, right? So is he gonna win Michigan? Is he gonna win Wisconsin? No. Probably not, right? Does Trump take all of the Republican strongholds? I mean, hey, can he take Nevada and Arizona? They got long memories in Arizona. I don't know if Trump can do that, right? There's a lot of people who do believe in law and order, and they're going to watch this thing. They see what he did. He was president of the United States. He was loose with our secrets, man. How many lives did he cost? How much damage did he do to America by, doing what he did, just having those boxes? You think, people remember January 6th. There's a lot of people down here in Florida, in Hillsborough County, where I live, they remember January 6th. They still mad at Trump about that. So can Trump take Nevada and can Trump take Arizona? Maybe not. Can Trump take Georgia? Nah. They still mad at Trump about that. And there's a case withstanding. It's outstanding, I should say, in Georgia. They're coming after Trump for that when he tried to interfere with their elections. He's still got that to deal with. That's off on the horizon somewhere. Can't take Georgia. And let's talk about Florida. Ron DeSantis has given Florida to the Democrats single-handedly. Florida is wrecked down here, y'all. I'm down here in Florida. It's wrecked. DeSantis may have given Florida to the Democrats. So how does Trump even get there? You feel me? So it's crazy, man. So they was talking about we're going to let this continue a little bit. Let's watch what they were talking about with this town hall, right? Check this out.
Debate or whatever it was, because I think it was one of the turning points in the early stages of this campaign and helped knock DeSantis out completely. Can we play this CNN town hall clip? Here it comes. Please take a listen.
If elected president again, what is the first thing you would do to help bring down the cost to make things more affordable?
Drill, baby, drill. We have more liquid gold under our feet than any other nation. any other nation. And these stupid fools ended it. We created the greatest economy in history. A big part of that economy was got you the biggest tax cuts in the history of our country, bigger than the Reagan cuts, bigger than any. And also, Caitlin, also, as you know, we got the biggest regulation and regulatory cuts. This place was rocking.
This place was rocking. I'm just saying.
Yeah, all those cuts and everything, man, people are feeling the pain for it, especially with the tax cuts and all the regulatory cuts. Look at our banking system right now. Look at the banking system. Look at the regional banking system. You talking about rocking? Yeah, they rock the banking system. That's for sure. Right? Commercial real estate and all that. Man, come on, man. It's still a problem. We're just getting into it. You know, the Treasury and the Fed could only prop up this economy for so long. And he's taking credit for that. But again, it really doesn't matter, in my opinion, what Trump says. He's getting locked up. There's no getting around that. Let's finish up the video.
I don't know how 3.5 million people saw it on CNN. God knows how many millions and millions saw it on YouTube and other places. What I'm suggesting is that was a brilliant answer. Okay. He was at the top of his game. Not only did he get the energy dominance in drill, baby, drill, but he got tax cuts and regulatory cuts. You heard what the crowd started roaring for him. I think that will look back. That was a knockout blow, Mark Simone, right there, because of the issues grasp, his timing and presentation, and the fact that Republican and independent leaning voters were with him.
Yeah, and also he's got something going for him. He's one of the few candidates who can make that kind of a wild claim, and he's actually done it. He's done it. He's a proven success at that stuff. That's the difference between him and DeSantis. He's got a story to tell Donald Trump, and he's actually done it. DeSantis has done state-level stuff, never run a national economy, never run a foreign policy. And you got DeSantis with some credentials, no personality. You got Vivek with a ton of personality. I don't know about the credentials, but the personality is going to win this. And Trump's got it all, everything.
By the way, Vivek was a nationally ranked tennis player. That's a big plus for the presidency. I mean, I was just a little small college tennis player. Vivek really played the whole tour. But Kellyanne, going back to that CNN, now, if you look at Trump's speeches, even the Bedminster speech after the arraignment in Miami, okay? And that was a rough day for him, all right? He gets up there and gives I thought, one of the best speeches of his career. And of course, he tries to answer all the questions from the arraignment and the indictment. But he also had an economic segment in there. He had an energy segment in there. I mean, and he was very temperate. That, too, I think, was a knockout punch because nobody could duplicate that.
And before she gets into her answer, you notice they're real careful about the indictment. Like what they're talking about now is cool. They're addressing the indictment, but they're not really talking about it. And those are very smart people sitting around that table. Everyone at that table knows he's getting locked up. Every single one. They know he's getting locked up. They know there's no way out of it. There's absolutely no way, especially Kellyanne Conway, with her connections with the Washington elites, with the people in the trenches, the worker bees in Washington. She knows, Republican and Democrat. She knows he done. So this is all just an exercise in whatever. Like, yeah, rah, y'all. They just trying to prop up the dude. They know he's done. He's done. I don't know what the Republican Party is going to do. Maybe they're just going to phone this one in. It might be a landslide for Biden, which will turn out to be a landslide for Kamala Harris, because I don't believe that Biden can make it another term. I just don't. I don't think he has the health. I don't think he'll be able to hold up. So hopefully Kamala will be able to do a good job. We'll see, but let's continue.
Larry, that town hall did away with Ron DeSantis and Chris Licht from CNN in one fell swoop. And by the way, what you saw in the town hall and just pointed out almost 2 months later is what many Americans saw. What the mainstream media got out of it was Trump just implicated himself on this. And what's her name, who doesn't know the year something happened to her, just benefited from that. What people heard was a former president who got us energy independence, the first time we were net exporters of natural gas and oil in our nation's history, vowing to do it again. Drill, baby, drill. started with Newt Gingrich in about 2008, but he couldn't get John McCain to say it as nominee, couldn't get Mitt Romney to say it as nominee. He got Donald Trump to do it as president. One note on Vivek Ramaswamy, who I do know. He's running a great campaign, and he's kind of boxed out DeSantis's best calling card, which was the woke stuff. Vivek does it in a way where he's this never-ending TED Talk, and he basically stands up and says, I'm an Indian American billionaire who is against affirmative action, as is the Supreme Court now. Is against preferences, and he's ubiquitous. He's made himself ubiquitous. He's kind of a happy warrior. And unlike Mitt Romney, Vivek is very proud of his wealth and the American dream.
Oh,
I mean,
I
Mitt
love
Romney
that.
used to borrow somebody's khakis and parachute into the Midwest to give a speech.
And Katie, we don't
Vivek
have much
lives in
time,
the Midwest.
but I wanted to just give you the last word on this. Vivek is like passing Pence. He's passing all these other candidates who've been around forever. I'll give you the last word.
Look, like I said, like him, he's talking about America and the way that a lot of people want to see it. They don't want to see people pitted against each other. I think people are really tired of being cut into groups like the left has done for so long. The Supreme Court, as Kellyanne mentioned, has decided that we are going to go back to the principles of the country and judge each other based on character, not on skin color. And he has brought that message to the forefront. And he's done it in a way that he can stay off of Trump's bad side while also rising in the polls. So we'll see where that takes him. But maybe
America has never judged people by the content of their character. America has always judged people by the color of their skin and by their family and where they came from. Now, you know, as a Republican, can't get behind what they talking about right there, because as a black man, I know that ain't true. It's gotten a whole lot better, but we still got a long way to go. I believe the Supreme Court is very premature in removing affirmative action from the books, especially when it comes to higher education. Very premature, because that sets the stage for other things. One of the things about Ramaswamy, he says this stuff, man. I'm looking into him, and I'm seeing things that I'm not crazy about. I was real high on him. I was real up on him when he did what he did at the Breakfast Club. It was kind of like, watching a game, like watching a football game. It was like, yeah, man, dude rocked him out. But now I'm starting to really look into the dude and getting some background on the guy. And it's like, I don't know about this dude. Right? The fact that the Supreme Court ruled the way that they ruled, and we're going to remove something like affirmative action from the law, from the books, man. That's not a good thing, especially in America. And for this woman to sit here and say, "Oh, we're going to judge Americans on the content of their character," man. We're going to get back to the good old days, man. We never did that. Man, let's keep it 100. We have never done that in America, ever. If memory served, they didn't want John F. Kennedy to be president because of his Catholic background. Right? Mitt Romney, they didn't want him to, get into the House because his Mormon background. America's gonna find a reason. If it ain't color, it's religion. If it ain't religion, it's sex. If it ain't that, they gonna find a reason. It's just the way America is. We've gotten a lot better. Right? We've gotten a whole lot better. But I guarantee you, when the cameras went off, man, and the audio was clear, that they went on to talk about Trump, is like, yeah, man, he's going to Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, someplace like that. He getting locked up. They're not even going to be able to put him in his house put a box on his ankle and get house arrest. Now he's going into an institution. They're going to lock him up. They might put him in a supermax. I mean, where else do you put him? This is going to be crazy moving forward. Who knows how this is going to turn out? But it's, like I said, it's fun to watch. You know what I mean? It's the best show on TV or best show on YouTube, right? It is what it is. So I just wanted to react to that. I'm definitely going to keep my eye on the race if we have to. Next time I come on, we're going to be talking about Ron DeSantis' law that did away with forever alimony. I'm just kind of, getting up to speed and looking at exactly what the law entails. It just looks like they just ripped the Band-Aid right on off, man. Just ripped it on off. You talk about a pendulum swing, like, wow, what they did. And again, it makes sense to me that you would want to do away with something like that, forever alimony. That doesn't even sound right. It makes sense to me, but you need to implement it in a way that it doesn't hurt folks. And the way that they're doing it, it's definitely gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt some women. It's gonna hurt some women. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So definitely stay tuned. I'll keep you guys posted. Again, thanks for you guys who are jumping over to Downrange Podcast on the new channel. I'm figuring things out as best I can. You know, my schedule's kind of gotten a little clogged up here. So I got some things I got to do. I'll be traveling for a couple days, but when I get back, it's going to be right to it. And I want to get Downrange up and running to where we're uploading once a day at least. And then we're doing at least once a day over here on I Really Want to Know, and still doing the shorts and still doing all the rest of it. And you know what I mean? So like the DL shorts and the YouTube shorts. And you know, we're gonna continue to grow the platform. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. This is a crazy time in American history, a crazy time for American politics. For those who think that Donald Trump can win, do me a favor and show me how. Show me how. Like, you know, we're talking about the Electoral College. Let me know what path to victory does Trump have if, you know, if in fact, you know, let's put all that stuff aside for him getting locked up and all that. But can he take Nevada? Can he take Arizona? Can he take Georgia? Can he take Florida? What about the blue wall? What about Pennsylvania? Yeah, like, how is he going to get there? I'm curious. Let me know what y'all think. Leave it in the comments below. Thanks for rocking out with me. It's late, y'all. I'm about to go to sleep. I'm about to go to bed. I got to get up early and prep and do a whole bunch of stuff. So thanks for rocking out with me. I'm DL Saint. This is the Downrange Podcast. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.